Hello, freak bitches. Yeah, let's go back to that Google memo thing.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the weird lines in the sand that got crossed with this. Is that everybody established a line in the sand, I should say. And it was like you either thought that memo was the worst thing you've ever read ever, and that guy's a misogynist piece of shit, or you said, well, yeah, evolutionary psychology sort of tries to explain why people choose certain things and what factors are environmental, what factors are hormonal, what factors have to do with being a male, what factors have to do with being a female. And there's like a lot of studies, and that guy cited a lot of studies. I mean, he talked like it was a really interesting thing. The only thing that I think people could find derogatory maybe is that he said the women are more neurotic. Neurotic is sort of a derogatory term, right? Actually, a derogatory term, right? It's not. Neurotic is like saying that you're not handling something good, right? You're not handling whatever pressures. Yeah, you're neurotic. Oh, right. I would be calm. It's implying that another person handling that same situation, perhaps even a male, would be more calm.
Right. Like very aware would be the nice way of saying it. Because my wife has a lot of anxiety, but once we had a baby, I was like, oh, this is why. Because you're responsible for this little alien that can die.
Totally makes sense.
But the thing that guy said that I was like when people would argue with me about it, I'd be like, so do you think men and women are the same? And from there, I don't care if they're an expert if they say there is no difference at all. I'm like, my mom had her PhD and quit to raise us as soon as she had her baby. My wife stays home with our son, was an engineer. It's like, that isn't saying that there aren't rock star female engineers that have no interest in having a child. All it does is affect the percentage.
Right.
And that's all he's saying is equality of outcome versus opportunity is really the debate. And I'm very against equality of outcome because the legal precedent of that is insane.
Well, it becomes a real issue. Like, you have to find out, okay, what is the actual suppression? What is stopping people from getting to this position that happen to be female? Is it because they're being suppressed along the way? Is it because the way they interact with each other is different than the way men interact with each other? And so when men interact with them, they get upset by it. There's different rules that have to be established in these working environments. Is it that they don't want to have anything to do with that and they would rather not compete in one of those hostile male-driven environments? Is that why they choose not to get involved? Or is someone stopping them? Is someone saying, hey, we got to keep chicks out of here. I don't like chicks. It would completely depend on what's actually happening. And if the latter's happening, well, then you got a real issue.
Exactly.
But if the former, like the very beginning one, if it's just they choose different stuff?
Ironically, it hurts women the most. Like the very qualified ones with the job, people start looking at them like, oh, because they're women, even though like programming itself was founded by a chick, you know? But like, I don't think that's...
Yeah, she invented COBOL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some of my buddies saw I was coming on.
Is that what it's called? COBOL?
That Lovelace.
Yeah.
But
it's like, it's not discluding... It's not saying that women can't do it.
Of course,
it's
not
saying
at all.
Less women are interested in doing it.
Yes.
So, and if you have an equal number of men and women, then you probably like artificially inflated the number of women.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make sense? Unless, for some reason, women gravitate towards that thing in just as high a percentage as men do, which is really odd. There's not a lot of things where women gravitate towards it with the same percentage of people. It's the same I'm sure there's a lot of fields of study. I know particularly nursing and I think a lot of the social studies that women gravitate towards in higher numbers, right?
Absolutely.
Like nursing, healthcare, even
teaching
physicians.
Children.
I think there's more female physicians. Maybe that's bullshit. Maybe I read that from some...
Yeah, like teaching children.
Yeah.
Women gravitate more to.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be a ton of different jobs that females like gravitate towards in higher percentages. We absolutely shouldn't insist that there's an equal representation of men in florists.
Exactly.
And in interior design.
Yeah, like my brother's a lumberjack. We worked one woman worked with us one time. Yeah. And she was from Yale and like probably doing a whole thing, and couldn't, well, I don't know, but couldn't climb a tree. And like some women for sure could. But if you're going, like these dudes go up 200-foot trees and spend all day like chopping them down. It's like that isn't going to draw 50% women. It just isn't.
Here's what's the most hilarious thing about the Google memo.
Yeah.
It upset so many women that they had to take time off.
Proving the point.
It's so crazy. They wanted time off so bad that they went for it. They want to play the victim so hard that they went for it, not even understanding that it proves the point of the most skeptical people. The most skeptical people on the side of like, I don't know if these chicks are going to be able to pull their own weight.
Right.
I don't know if these chicks are going to. And then immediately they encounter any adversity like, we need time off.
Yeah, from a memo.
Can't handle this.
From
We
a
need
memo
time
that
off.
was nice.
Somebody talked about evolutionary psychology and I just can't handle it. I need time away from work. I'm being attacked.
I did a song like because they said it was time for a female James Bond.
Oh, Jesus
And I was like,
Christ.
I called her 007 cents on the dollar. And one of it was Jane Bond. She's open to hyphenation. And then one of the lines
That's
was in need
hilarious.
of a vacation.
That's so funny.
Because it's like, if you take James, you can have a female spy. It's just going to be different tactics.
You can't have a male Wonder Woman, okay? Okay.
Like, we need rules.
You can't have a female James Bond. Make your own fucking detective.
Right.
You can't be James Bond.
Right.
He's a guy.
And I'm cool with Black Santa
I am too.
because that's
I think Megyn Kelly was out of line.
I do too.
She was out of line. Man.
But theoretically,
Why the fuck would he be black if he was living up in the North Pole? He'd be white as shit. That's the whole point
But
of the
he's still
Irish
magic.
people. There's no goddamn sun up there. It's freezing cold.
yeah, black like
Never
I
gets
could-
outside.
There could be Black Santa, but he would die of rickets.
Well, I don't think that would be the case, but I think he would have a real issue getting some vitamin D.
He would.
He'd have to go get it somewhere, maybe some supplements.
Yeah,
Hey,
his
Santa Claus,
spine would get all fucked up.
telling them elves, hook me up, dude. You know, when you're building little toy trains and shit, go
Yeah.
build me some fucking vitamin D, bitch.
The D elves.
Use that Christmas magic right. Make Santa some vitamin D. I can't work.
Dude,
I need
hook it
vitamin
up.
D, bro.
Yeah, and then they always bring they bring blow too because Santa's got to stay up for 2 straight days.
Santa does Adderall like crazy, just rampages. Listens to only techno, only house music while he's making toys. Crunch time is like all through December. He's frantic.
Yeah.
Popping Adderall.
Can't sleep.
Yeah.
And then
can't sleep.
like everyone's like, why are the presents alphabetical? And he's like,
fuck.
got to be alphabetical.
Oh, he organized. He over-organized. Santa went crazy.
Yeah, well, way crazy. But yeah, it's like if you say that there has to be an equal outcome, you're going to sacrifice quality.
I wonder what jobs there would be where if you have 100 men and 100 women. I wonder what jobs would you have to be where you had an equal number of men and an equal number of women that are interested in those jobs out of 100. Like, what job would that be? What do you think it would be? Other than like famous, I want to be famous.
What about high school teacher?
I feel like we're on Family Feud. Do I have high school teacher? I'll go to the Richard Dawson Family Feud, by the way. No disrespect, Steve Harvey.